That was a pretty long break there because Namiga crushed it in the first series of the day, but we still have a second series of the day. It's going to be UALEIKUMNIHAO versus NAVI Junior. I'm Harry Frick and I'm going to be bringing you the action of this Dota match here today. And we are still enjoying ourselves here on the new patch 7.33. From the one thing that has been, I think, a pretty much staple is that the games have been longer. Let me check the other regions. Let's go with the yesterday's games in Western Europe. Yep, 60 minutes. Pretty much every game was 60 minutes. So that's what we expect here now, right? A lot of long games to be happening. These are you know, people getting used to it. The map is a little bit too big. Too many objectives to go for, so there's really no surprise that we are gonna be having longer games from now on. Curious to find out if that's gonna be the case later on once people do get used to everything, but I think that's probably gonna be the case here. We should have a draft ready on our hands, so fairly soon we should be jumping ourselves into game number 1 of NAVI Junior versus UALEIKUMNIHAO to see how these two teams actually have figured out or not figured out the recent patch. On paper, both of these teams are looking solid, but NAVI Junior have had their issues to end the game early, right? Now, considering it's a new patch and everything is long, I don't think that should be an issue whatsoever. It might even be an advantage for them. But UALEIKUMNIHAO, they should be. That's how I see it. Oh, they got the Beastmaster Rubik. Okay. So we're gonna see a Beastmaster for the first time today. We'll see how well the drums of Slom are gonna be used. So let's see. NAVI Junior 3-2. UALEIKUMNIHAO 3-1. They've lost only to Namiga, but they have dropped games to Team Sexy, to Moneymakers. Moneymakers have beaten NAVI Junior 2-0. So on paper, UALEIKUMNIHAO, they should be winning this one. They're probably the second team that should go through. Their matches left NAVI Junior, Sigma YNT. Sigma YNT is an easy one, and Cybercats should be an easy one for them as well. So yeah, this team should be the second one next to Namiga that does go into the Division 1. They did come from close qualifiers, but these are, you know, pretty well-known players for sure. Navi, they get themselves the Naga. Okay. Well, let's check the change Naga. So Mirana is a is definitely a universal hero now. That much I know. Naga, nothing was changed in that regard when it comes to her. So yeah, okay, reel in, that really doesn't matter all that much. Cooldown increased on her ulti. Damage decreased on Riptide. And Snare can now target sleeping and vulnerable units, even without Aghanim Scepter. Okay, that's fine. Cast range decreased, but with the Aghanim it's increased. Okay, so nothing big when it comes to the Naga Siren. Her Aghanims almost unchanged, you know, pull speed of the reel in, really not that big of a deal. The interesting thing here is the Beastmaster, I think. That is the 5 seconds remaining. That is the one. We'll see if people are gonna be making an Ags now. The drums of Slum have been reworked. People have been going for that one more and more, but we'll see. So let's see how it was reworked. Attacks from Beastmaster and Imber unit he controls will cause him. Okay, so every attack. Okay, so he needs to attack, or the units he controls need to attack. Okay. 5 seconds remaining. Okay, so it's pretty much, you know, the same. Just it's not that he's banging every time he is just existing, but he also need to attack. Oh, but you do not activate the spell. So there's no cooldown. Okay, I get it. So if you're allowed to right click, it's a problem. That's cool. That's cool. It could change the way that the hero works and that people want to play the hero. It might not. It might stay completely the same. Looking at the bans, Drow, Zeus, Ember, they get removed. Those are some nice heroes versus the Naga. Drow's shard was moved to the Aghanims, and the new shard was added. So, but we're not gonna talk about it too much right now. Yep. So nothing big now in terms of which heroes were picked. The Chen and the Enchantress being banned out. That's a normal thing to expect, considering that the neutral creeps are pretty powerful and you can get them everywhere you want, and farming jungle actually makes a lot of sense now because there's so many camps.
10 seconds.
This is gonna make the supports farming in the mid game quite strong. So they are not banning out the bounty hunter. This is why I think maybe the bounty won't be as successful, is because he cannot farm the creeps in the jungle, but he can definitely prevent the enemies from doing it. So Undying does come out. I've seen some talks about his shard, so let's go through that one. So Tombstone allows up to one allied hero to bunker inside of the Tombstone. Heroes that enter the Tombstone cannot leave for 3 seconds, nor can they re-enter after leaving for the same period of time. Adds an ability on the Tombstone and Undying to manually bunker heroes. That's cool. I mean, people are like, oh, it's useless. It's not that useless. You're literally saving someone inside of a Tombstone if they get stunned up. That is quite cool. If we see it, it can be very powerful. I've seen different opinions. People are like, this doesn't do anything. I disagree. It actually seems quite solid. Other than that, some small changes. Mana cost of the Soul Rip was increased. The duration of the DK Strength Steal has been reduced slightly, so no big deals there. I just doubt people will be getting Soul Rip at all now. We're skipping it even before this now. It's... Oh no, that was on 732E. That's why they were skipping it, yeah. The mana increase. But yeah, overall, no big differences there. In terms of the Undying. Strong lanes for UALEIKUMNIHAO.
Radiant team pick.
So Techies does come out. That's a lot of range, a lot of potential to kill the Tombstone as well. A Tiny will be brought out as well. Burst potential is there. I'm kind of afraid of where the Tiny will be finding heroes, because this is looking like a core Tiny, right? Mirana support, Techie support. That's how it feels,
5 seconds
I'd say. So... weird. Techie's a universal hero. Undying is still a strength, yep. I just want to check every single time those heroes so that we know, get it in our hands. The Beastmaster is a universal hero, so that's one to keep in mind. And definitely Beastmaster could become a big right clicker now with the Aghanim Scepter, you know, some stats items. SNY, Scotty. Would be cool. It would be cool. Guys, if you use your voice to speak, be sure to keep your throat healthy. Some hot tea, hot water, something along those lines. It's definitely gonna help. Because speaking for the entirety of the day can be quite detrimental to the health of your throat. I would know. Just kidding, my throat is fine. The storm does come out, so there it is for UALEIKUMNIHAO. No big changes to the storm. They change his shards. Nope. Everything is pretty much the same.
10 seconds remaining.
The only thing is that the electric vortex now, lower stun, pretty much like every stun in the game. That's about it. So storm, the same thing. You pick him into a Tiny though. I guess it's a melee hero in the lane that you're gonna be going up against if you're a Storm, so not that big of a deal unless Navi Jr. do something different and they don't put Rich Man on it. But playing into a Tiny can be problematic, and actually Tiny's Avalanche now just became much stronger, right? Did they reduce the duration of it? Nope. Nope. It still lasts for the same time. So that's a stun that wasn't reduced. But anyways, you jump in with the storm. If there's an avalanche waiting for you, there's gonna be follow-ups, arrow, stuff like that. Arrow can be set up quite nicely with the Avatos combo. So this storm pick, it is a dangerous one. If you're the one jumping in, if you're the one choosing the fights, then it's fine. But, and you do have the vision, right? The Beastmaster is on your side. But still, if you are the one getting jumped on, there is a good chance that you die, and then that's gonna be a problem. How long is Mirana's arrow now? Oh, it can still be 5 seconds. Awesome. Thank you.
10 seconds remaining.
Thank you. For the entirety of my life, we were always like, Fiver is coming in. Something along those lines. Then they changed it to 3.5 at level 1, and you can't say it. 3.5 is coming in. But anyways, at least you did have a 5-second arrow later on. So they did leave that one. So the Tiny Mirana combo in terms of stuns, it has been completely unchanged. They pan out the Lifestealer. I like it. Something like a Radiance or a Maelstrom in this game would be amazing. And if you look at Navi Junior's heroes, they don't deal well with the Lifestealer whatsoever. They don't do anything to him. So what's the other thing that they're afraid of? Are they going to ban out something like a Juggernaut? I doubt it, right? But they'll get rid of the Terrorblade. Okay, so another illusion-based hero. They could go for something like an Abaddon on UALEIKUMNIHAO. It isn't that bad at all. Really, would be an amazing pickup. You have tower push, you have magic damage, you have lanes. The only thing you need to do is something to deal with the Naga Siren and have some late game. And the Abaddon ticks all of those boxes. It helps you kill the Tormentors. It helps you kill the Roche. Those objectives are very important on the map right now. You're pretty fast. You are a universal hero, so you know you're gonna have a lot of right click later on once you get those stats. Let's see, Navi. They most likely need an offlaner. Something that's gonna go well with the techies. We've seen Sand Kings being picked up. I would not hate that at all. We've seen the Underlord being picked up, which would be okay, because I think having a utility-based hero is nice. But they'll go for the Tidehunter. There's utility, stun as well. You can do both. I like it. But we are gonna see a Muerta. We've seen 2 Muertas lose, but from what I've seen, the hero has looked really strong so far. So I like this last pick. You do build into a Maelstrom. You do deal very nicely with the illusions. Laning stage versus the Tide is gonna be okay. You build into a BKB only later on, so that could be a little bit of an issue for UALEIKUMNIHAO. I have a problem with UALEIKUMNIHAO that their lineup is a little bit on the squishier side. They're getting jumped if you really look at them. But I never like a Tiny without any vision. I don't know if I can really look at Mirana as a vision-giving hero. In this one, you have good ways to push out the waves. I think that's good. Naga Siren pushes the waves out. Then you can hunt with the Tiny a little bit better. But I still think that I'm going to go with UALEIKUMNIHAO. These are some young players in Navi Junior, new patch. They probably haven't had a lot of new patches in their lives where they've played competitive Dota. So I have to say I'm going to be going with the more experience of the bunch. The wave clear. I think that's something that the previous teams that we watched today haven't utilized too well, is the wave clear on the side lanes and the utilization of the twin gates, right? Go top, go bottom, go top, go bottom. They didn't play the map as fast as I would have expected, especially in Amiga that were winning. They did force fights around the mid lane more. So I'm looking forward to seeing if Navi Junior can maybe, especially with the heroes that they have, But who knows what's gonna happen. With that being said, guys, we should be getting ourselves into the game fairly soon. But before that, a word from our sponsors.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system, welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
And we're getting ourselves into game number 1 between NAVI Junior and UALEIKUMNIHAO. Let's see how these teams are going to be approaching the early game. UALEIKUMNIHAO, they're coming for a fight. See where they're going to be finding. Up the high ground they go, and their smokes break. They decide, let's not do it. Richmond is there to break the smoke, to see all 5 of the heroes of UALEIKUM. But they don't want to go into a battle right now. Good decision for sure. Wouldn't have ended up too well for them to just go up the high ground 1 arrow and gonna lose a hero. Plus, heroes of NAVI are relatively tanky. They're not to be underestimated. Look at the Tide with 850 HP. They're just gonna be dispersing. Also, one thing we haven't mentioned: Sugarat is on the Beastmaster. This is a hero that he loves. So it's not something that you should underestimate it if you are if you're NAVI Junior. Vexen has to be somewhat careful there about how he approaches this. Oh, they're gonna get 3 runes. It seems like they got outplayed by the Sugarrat Beastmaster. He found an opening. Inexperience there coming into play. Sugarrat has been playing competitive Dota for a very long time, even though he hasn't been known. He still played like tier 2.5, tier 3 Dota for 5 years, 6 years. I don't even know. It has been a long time. So these kids, like you guys didn't even go to school when he was playing competitive Dota. Of course, that's not 100% true, but who cares? We're creating stories here. So the Beastmaster starts off with the Ring of Basilius. Wants to be able to just spam out the axes as much as possible and help out the Rubik as well. No regen whatsoever. Vexen, he does get some regen for himself, you know, some tangos. The Blood Grenade. I think that Blood Grenade is actually really cool. Mirana has one as well. I've even seen carries get it, but God the Juice isn't gonna be sporting it this time around.
Dire's courier has been killed.
No big deals there. Mid lane, a Tiny versus the Storm. Overall should be slightly Storm favored, but Tiny's very rarely lose in terms of CS. So I'm guessing the Storm will have to equalize it with some kind of harass pushback, and then he will CS better than the Tiny. Tiny does have 3 denies so far, so he's quite happy with that start. Mirana lifted up. Rid is gonna be okay. A is definitely gonna be fine. Top lane, Undying has a Blood Grenade, being super annoying here to the Tidehunter. That's gonna allow Muerta to farm as much as she wants. And this hero, we all know, once she gets the Maelstrom, maxes out the Gunslinger, that's when things become a little bit hard to contain. You farm a little bit too much for the enemy team to handle. He's in the mid lane, farming well, better than Richmond. Just how much of a difference that is gonna be. Decky's with the boots, doing Undying lane things, getting him away. Tries to pull with Mary, but only gets the range creep. Still, it's not a bad deal at all. So far, so good for UALEIKUM in terms of laning stage. They're winning all of them. I'm very curious to see if the teams here are gonna be using the twin gates a bit more. There is a ward on the twin gates from NAVI Junior on the top lane. Kind of the bottom one would make more sense. Nice shot there from Palantimos, and looking at the odds here, EGB telling us that UALEIKUMNIHAO are definitely the favorites coming into this series. Heavy favorites, not as much as Namiga was in the previous one, but it's close to that one. NAVI Junior, no one trusts in these kids. How do I reach these kids? Guys, these guys are pretty young there, and you saw the QR code on the screen. If you scan it, you can get up to a $600 on your first deposit. There it is, EGB, giving us something new every day. Of course, it can make your viewership experience a little bit more fun. Hopefully it does. The new patch, they went through it. It is making the viewership experience a bit more fun for us anyways. For now, no kills. I feel like Eastern Europe might be the slowest region. Especially now with the new patch, they are very, very conservative. So UALEIKUMNIHAO, they're happy being conservative if this is how their lanes are gonna be going. Going onto the Beastmaster, Sugarrat dropping low. Sugarrat is dead. Daze gets the kill, and read this, he's here as well. Bexen will be surviving. They had the ensnare into an arrow, but the wave of creeps was coming over, so you're gonna allow Bexen to live. But that's gonna be the first blood, and Sugarrat is the first one to fall. It seemed like, oh, Murana coming over, we're gonna get the gank, but Murana wasn't even necessary. Even with all of that, though, Sugarrat is having a better time than PMA, who we can see that he is smiling. He is smiling and living up to his name. Get the net onto the Beastmaster. Gonna try to kill him. The block grenade there, slowing him down, doing some damage to him. Sugarrat, no Lotuses to pick up, and Vexen giving his life away. And this is how I want to see things play out. With 3 heroes on one lane, and Sugarrat, he's running away with the boots. He's gonna be getting some help. Mary, his presence known, and they know about it. He's gonna be taking the Watcher. Navi Jr. Mary is coming for you, but Mary, you are surrounded, my friend, and you're gonna die. He places a tombstone. Yeah, we're gonna bury you there, no problem. You can choose what your tombstone looks like. Ridis is being chased down, and he dodges the wild axe. Sugarrat can't get the kill, and Mary not gonna be too happy about deeping to the bottom lane. Navi Jr. seems to be using these twin gates a little bit better than what we've seen in the first series, and definitely better than what UALEIKUMNIHAO are doing. So God the Juice is doing really well for himself, farming better than Huerta, who has had a pretty free lane. First rune gonna be the regen with the storm. Timos beginning to farm. Really doesn't seem like nobody's looking to stop him anytime soon. So Daze does die. Finally, UALEIKUMNIHAO get themselves on the board. And that's gonna be a solo kill from Palantimos. So Navi Jr. not sure what they were thinking about doing there, but whatever it was, it didn't work out too well. He's gonna be having the level 6 on Palantimos. Huerta, Pierce the Whale will be here fairly soon, so damage output will be quite high if he wants it. I guess he could go for another point in Gunslinger if he really wants to focus on farming, but nope. It is gonna be the ulti for Huerta. Got the juice. This Naga is gonna be a problem, right? Because it's one of those heroes that can actually stay in the lane for a very long time versus the Beastmaster. Okay, so Sugarrat is going for an axe. He's not gonna be going for a ham of the Dominator, Overlord, those things. He doesn't want it. Understandable. So he wants to have the Drums of Slum, the new ones. He's strong. Daze is on the bottom lane, and they're going for him again. Yeah, Sugarrat is pretty much dead. It's gonna be God the Juice that gets the kill. And Vexen, they're trying to go for some pulls, some shenanigans there. Really no chances for him to save his buddy. Even with all of those deaths, really, PMA cannot come close to Sugarrat in terms of net worth. But We did talk about the haze. That was close. That was very close. But we did talk about the possibility of Naga pushing out the side waves, stuff like that. With this kind of a start, that's gonna be even easier. Curious to know if he's gonna go for a diffusal. Nope, he's going for an is that an Echo Saber that he wants? Yeah, check. He might no, it just might be a Mage Slayer he wants to buy. He wants a Mage Slayer. I was thinking maybe he gets an Echo Saber and the Harpoon. Know that you really reel him in. Yeah, with the Naga, but nope. It's gonna be a Mage Slayer. Interesting if he buys that one. Begson going up the high ground there would have been a mistake. A deadly mistake. Well, I guess you need some raindrops on the supports, and Rubik has one. Valentimos is getting dove, and okay, with the Ravage, there's definitely no chance. Actually, with the sticks, he had 20 of them in the end. Goes for the ulti. They can't do physical damage to him. He's alive. They did save him. Valentimos only one hit from dying. And the Mirana, she can't get that hit in. Valentimos, he looked so dead. But he survived against the odds. In the end, it's a Ravage and 2 supports that you give away for nothing. The response from UALEIKUM, it was so fast, so strong, so precise. Navi Jr., they weren't expecting it. I was like, yeah, he's gone. So it's not only that you cannot right-click him, he doesn't take any physical damage and pierce the veil. Okay. The dazzle spells, they don't touch either. Yeah, immune to physical damage. Pretty strong ulti. Got the juice though. He does have the Yasha. His farming potential is gonna be even higher. People will be like, oh, there's so many camps now you can farm as much as you want. But to be honest, I don't know if you can get to all of those camps in a minute. So it's more so comes down to if your supports can farm them. Sugarrat, okay, he changed his mind. It is gonna be Helm of the Dom. It's like, yeah, I'm not getting those drums of Slum though. He would have had 2 components already. He's actually pretty farmed despite all of his deaths. I mean, he died 2 times. It's not like he fed over and over again, but still. Still a 1k gold lead here for Navi Jr. Their supports are ahead of the supports of UALEIKUM. That's kind of the reason. Because the cores of Navi Jr. they're not really that powerful. And there's the smoke. So they're coming towards the bottom lane. Naga already out. He's in the mid lane there. Got the juice. Not going to be caught. First smoke from UALEIKUM. Not going to be very successful. Whilst Navi Jr. they finish off the Undying and are now going to be focusing on that tower in the top lane. And it is going to be let go. Maybe UALEIKUM can get a trade. Bottom lane, they aren't really doing all that much damage to the tower, so I'm pretty sure Navi Jr. they're going to be defending it. And PMA, he TPs to the bottom lane. And the supports are going to be coming in through the gate. Sugarrat, if he wants to live, is going to have to waddle himself away from here.
Dire are scanning.
12 minutes in, a 2k gold lead. Navi Jr. doing really well for themselves. UALEIKUMNIHAO. Everything okay on their cores. Really aren't falling behind. And most of this is on supports. Let's see how much of a difference it actually does make. For now, Navi Jr. they have 5 kills. And to be honest, if there wasn't there the overextension that actually should have been a kill, to be honest, onto Muerta, this game would be looking even better for them. Sugarrat. Finally, he has the Helm of the Dom. He's going to be finishing off this Ancient stack. Smoke, they're coming over. Tidehunter leading the charge, and Moonlight Shadow going to be used. That's the Blink Dagger reveal of the Tiny. They're going in onto those creeps immediately, and the big Ancient seems to have been left behind. Nothing that Sugarrat can do about it. Those big Ancients are going to be taken away. Wild Access not going to be there in time, and it is going to be picked up by Navi Jr. They get 3 big creeps, so Sugargrad gonna be very sad about that one. Luckily, he has another round of Ancients that were stacked for him, so he's at least gonna be able to farm those. Those are a little bit tougher to contest for Navi Jr. But this Naga get 1,000 gold ahead of Muerta. This is a Muerta with a Maelstrom. He's going for a Mask of Madness on Muerta as well. So that's gonna be a lot of attack speed from Palantimos. Okay, curious to see how this is gonna work for him. It's definitely gonna increase the farming speed even further. Of course, the Dragon Lance, Hurricane Pike. Those are the things that you will want later on.
Illusion.
Oh, we still haven't seen a single Harpoon. I guess we haven't seen like Slark Sursas, stuff like that. Those are the types of heroes that we can expect to buy something like it. Undying, he digs out the Kobold, but unlike it always being this annoying guy that is gonna be just punching you, well, you can use it so it can do your bidding. As they're scouting a little bit, but yeah, they'll lose the Kobold, they'll lose the ward, so that scouting of the Kobold didn't go so well, did it? Aleikum, EMA, not an easy target. He has a Ravage, you commit on him. You're probably all gonna die, and there is gonna be a pause while Haze is collecting lotuses there on the well. Naga be going for that Mage Slayer. And it feels so weird now. I have to look at the map and where the hero is to actually know where we're looking at currently. So this is the top jungle, the entrance to it. So wait. The Radiant side has 3 camps on the low ground. I think Dire side only has 2. Am I right about that?
Catch us if you can.
Yeah, they only have 2 camps on the low ground there. Wait, let me check. Yep, that's true. Only 2 camps on the low ground in the big jungle. That doesn't seem fair, does it? Three, 5. Like 6 camps. The other side, 1, 2, 4, 5. There's 6 camps in the Radiant jungle. What the hell? Am I counting this right? Oh no, there's 6 camps in the Dire side as well. Yeah, but they have. Okay, I understand. Okay, Roche now going into the gate, and Aleikum, they're gonna be following him, and there's where they're gonna find the techies. A few mines as well are gonna drop, but it doesn't really matter. And Bexon, he does steal the proximity mines. Now he's gonna be exploding a little bit towards the enemy ones. Sugargrad gonna be caught. The arrow doesn't connect, and Sugargrad gets the roar off. Get away from my jungle, you stole so much already. The storm is jumping in. Do they have the dust? There it is. And Richmond will be taken down, trying to kill Sugargrad again in his own triangle. This time around, this is going to be working out. The death shot onto the Mirana, but this hero is not dying. Ridis has 2 more leaps to live. Died. He has a pipe. He's going to be shot. He's going to be lifted up in the air. Plants down the seeds of serenity. Gonna turn around, gonna gush out the Shurgrat. He's threatening with the Ravage. There it goes. Down on the Shurgrat they go. They're trying to do the damage. It will be enough, but the stolen Ravage from Bengtson gonna be giving him a taste of his own medicine, and he's trying to run away. Not gonna be happening. Palatino does a little bit too much damage. It's gonna be arrowed though, and he will not get out of this one alive. You might do a lot of damage, but you're very squishy as well. Caught the juice. He is coming to the fight, and now he's gonna be showing what he has been farming for this whole time. At least Mary, he steals the Lotus before he goes down, so we'll be taking that one to the grave with him. He's very happy he's dropping the Healing Lotus in the base Storm Spirit, which blade at the ready. BKB gonna be his next item of choice here for Hayes. Going in, they're going a little bit too deep. The arrow will connect onto the Rubik, but he's still alive. Daisy wants to go with the blast off, and he will. He dies with his dying breath. He gets the kill, but God the Juice comes over. He's already done so much for the Shurgrat, and now he wants to do more, but we'll be going for a song. That's a piggy that knows how to sing. What is this? Oh no, actually it's a siren. Just kidding, guys. Anyways, he will be able to make his great escape there. Will lose the 2 supports in the process, so going for that Rubik kill, probably a little bit unnecessary, but who could have known that a storm inside of an Invis rune was hiding there all the time. He almost ate that arrow. If he did on the storm, then the Rubik would have survived. The only reason he died is because that arrow connected on him. Palantimos, Dragonlance gonna be his next item of choice. He's farming fast, but he cannot keep up with the Naga Siren. Just a little bit too much farm on God the Juice, who next item, well, it is gonna be a heart, and then he's thinking about a Scotty as well. Let's see. Smoke from Navi Jr. They're gonna have a Ravage for 40. Moonlight Shadow into big Black Dragon, ancient Black Dragon on the bottom lane. Going for the tower, and while fighting that ancient, it's just not so easy. Was nerfed slightly, but it's still really, really powerful. Navi thinking about fighting the Helm of the Overlord creep. That can end up pretty badly for you. Jumping in on Shurgrat, takes some damage, but the storm is here. The roar will be used onto the Tiny, and the Tiny dropping down. Actually, Richmond is still alive. He's tanky. He's not taking enough. He's burning down in the fire. And do they have enough temperature to take him down? They have the right clicks for Hayes. Going on to PMA, and here comes Palantimos with the damage, but God the Juice comes over. He'll send in the illusions and see that there's nothing he can do. Now they want him dead. This time around, he cannot sing. His throat, it's hurting a little bit, and with the Sticky Bob onto him, they slow him down just enough. There's the dead shot. It will definitely give him enough movement speed for him to escape, and with this, he jumps in, kill me instead of her. But in the end, seems like no one will die. Bengtson, he gets the leaps, goes forward. He has one leap to get himself away from this one. Inside of the net is gonna get exploded, and the bombs are gonna be starting to go out. Valentino's trying to do as much damage as he can, and Days taking some damage. He does have a shield on him, so is that gonna be enough to survive? Yep, it seems like it just might. Nice usage of the shield there coming out from the I guess it's the Mirana that has it. Yeah, Mirana does have the Pevis. So the item does allow you to put a physical damage shield on somebody that protects from 300 damage. That's why you saw the Techie's taking some damage. It was from the Witchblade and from magical spells, right? But in the end, he just barely survived.
Bounty.
Pretty cool item, that Pevis. A good one for the Mirana. I'm gonna be going for a mech as well. Muerta wants a BKB, does have the Mithril Hammer already over to him, so he's getting those items out pretty fast. Until you get the Mjolnir, you don't really deal well with the Naga. So it is gonna be a heart for the Naga fairly soon. Reaver already there. Richmond getting caught. And look at the damage from Muerta when Richmond is alone. Even with the pipe being used on him, that's not gonna help whatsoever. And Ace is now unstoppable with the storm continuing to do well around the map. Ravage is ready. The pipe barrier, it will expire, so he thinking about letting that mid lane tower go. We all know how fast Muerta can take down towers when they're alone, when those double shots from the gunslinger can go forward. Oh, it got taken down really, really fast. Got the juice. The Naga, he can deal with the Tormentor quite nicely. He's gonna be getting that shard. It is gonna be the Mirana. So now you can auto cast the leap. Then you can choose where and how you jump. Once you jump in, there's gonna be a damage in front of you that slows.
Radiant are scanning.
A pretty cool one. I mean, the shard has been unchanged. The only changed thing is you can put it on auto cast and you can use the vector targeting to choose where you're gonna leap to. You can leap out to max range anyways, but where you're gonna leap and to which side so that you can turn to where you want to and stuff like that. UALEIKUMNIHAO, they're going for the Tormentor. They have some units here and they should be able to take this Tormentor down. Here comes another Piggy here to assist, and in the end it is gonna be an Aghanim shard for the Rubik, so we're not gonna be seeing any tombstone saves just yet, but we're gonna be seeing lifting saves from the Rubik. So both of the Tormentors have been taken down. This is not like what we've seen in our previous series where Namiga just killed every single Tormentor in the entire series.
Vanish.
Illusion.
Shadow was used. Shurgrat, get those lotuses. Get out though. We all know what happens when someone steals the lotuses of the goddess. Mirana hunts them down forever, and so he didn't want to stay there for too long. Read this. Stuff away. Yeah, there it is. There's the Aghanim shard with the tombstone. Someone can get inside of it. Undying can pull people inside of it as well. It will deal with the Watcher. He will deal with the wards as well. The control of the Twin Gates is not going to be in favor of Navi Jr. any longer, but you will pay for your sins, Mary. It's not getting out of this one alive. He tries to go through the gate. Not going to be happening. They kill him before he gets himself out and pegs him. He did lose his life as well, so Navi Jr. they get two. To be honest, their game is looking really good. Straight into the pit right now. That's going to be the first one, so only the Aegis. No cheese currently. But UALEIKUMNIHAO don't seem like they can defend this one. Don't seem like they're in position. Don't seem like they care. Even with the BKB on Muerta, they're just going to let it go. So the Aegis will go towards Navi Jr. and this Naga Siren will continue to be a big problem. Once the Skadi next, then after that, I was thinking about oh, actually, it's taking a little bit too long of a time. They're going to be going on the Tiny. The Roar will be there. They're trying to protect him, and there's the Ravage coming out. It's stolen. No, it wasn't, but they killed the Tiny either way. Look at how much damage is coming up from Bell. He wants to run away from him. He's killing everybody. Roche hasn't even fallen. His piece is gonna fall now. Got the juice. You better sing. You better do a very good job at that one, or they're gonna kill you. Okay, they seem to like the song. Got the juice. He's gonna be trying to escape with the Storm not having that much mana. He should let it go. The two BKBs of UALEIKUMNIHAO, they definitely come in handy, and now straight into the pit. Navi Jr. too slow to get it down, and UALEIKUMNIHAO, they had the bottom tier 1 and were ready to come over. That damage from Muerta was a little bit too sick, but the Storm was no pushover either, doing quite a lot of it as well. So they deleted Navi Jr., got themselves a fight, and now are the ones ahead in terms of net worth for the first time in this game, to be honest. But still, Naga Siren hasn't died. Naga Siren topping the net worth chart. That is a hero you have to be afraid of. And I think Navi now, after that fight, you understand what the strengths of your lineup are. We push out, we pick off, we do not team fight against these guys. Even with the Ravage, it's just not good enough. It is just not good enough. Currently, 2 cores of UALEIKUMNIHAO have a BKB. Navi Jr., they're not going to have any BKBs. I guess a Tiny is going to be getting one. Storm wasn't the one getting the Aegis, it was Palantimos. He wants to be the one that cannot die. You shouldn't play Muerta, my friend, because the hero is already dead.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Tier 2,
Radiant's
dead.
bottom tower
Oh, Shurgrat playing those drums. The hell? Now we're always gonna see them. That's 13 stacks, 14 stacks, just allowing his creeps to attack. Look at that. Bang, 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 bang.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Okay, this actually sounds pretty cool because we're hearing the drums of Slaw, not war, but doesn't matter.
Dire's top tower.
That's how they feel. They're gonna get the tier 3 down. EMA has to be very careful. He's being slowed down by a lot of zombies. This watermelon could be cracked down, and they're getting the Raxes. The flip will come out. He's not gonna have any refreshes, and top lane got the juice. He's pushing in as well. He might be getting a tier 3 too. He definitely will, but he cannot get the Raxes, whereas UALEIKUMNIHAO, they're gonna do just that. They crack open the base of the enemy, and now it's time to get yourself out. Haze will deal with the base, and Navi, they probably want to chase someone down.
Dire are scanning.
Like the Skadi will be done on God the Juice. Pretty big one. Getting delivered, and he's coming over to fight. They know their enemies are going to be dispersed for the next couple of seconds, so if they can find the right opening, it's going to be big. There's a Blink Dagger on the Tidehunter. Still hasn't been used properly, and he has a shard as well. So a lot of reasons to go for a fight. But also one big not to, and that is another 2 minutes are left on the Aegis on Muerta and Palantimos. We've already seen how much damage he does. His next item gonna be a Satanic. He assembled the Mask of Madness. It isn't a easy hero to fight. Navi Jr., they're in a smoke. They're the ones that are gonna force things out. Skadi and a Heart on the Naga. He's the one leading the charge. He's their tank. He's their damage. He's their carry. He's their support. He's their everything. But can one hero make that much of a difference? Trying to find an angle. They're trying to find an opening. UALEIKUM, are you aware? Are you aware that they're coming from behind? Now they know. They know exactly where you are, but claiming the high ground. Now it's possible here as well. So this angle might not be the best one. They found him. Avalanche, toss, arrow, and the Ravage. They're trying to do as much damage as they can. Shuriken is dropping low. He's dead. There's 2 heroes gone. Outside of the fight, nothing anything. Palantimos turns around. He wants to fight. He's trying to get this fight to go his way, but he's being kited. His BKB is ulti. They are gone. Which means Avalanche now onto the top. Both of them are gone. Here comes an arrow onto the storm. He's dead. Palantimos all alone. How much can he do? You don't have 10 pistols. You only have 2, and now we're gonna be taking them away. Second amendment down the drain. They're gonna stun him again. Get some bombs into him, spit on him, and put him into the ground. Palantimos is gone. Got the juice. Get the triple kill. And the beautiful smoke from Navi Jr. wrapping all the way around crushes UALEIKUMNIHAO. What a fight. What a destruction of UALEIKUMNIHAO. That's a huge one. Of course, no Roche, no big objectives to take. There are gonna be Tormentors fairly soon. That's about it.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Still, you did find the great opening. Double Avalanche. Ravage coming out. UALEIKUMNIHAO not using any spells on 2 of their heroes. Tombstone also being a pretty big spell that you want to use. All gonna be happening. Still not out of the fray just yet if you're Navi Jr.
Tower is under attack.
The other hand, if you are UALEIKUMNIHAO, you haven't lost it. Just one fight. Big one, but still just one. Storm Spirit, he wants to go for an Aghanims. He knows he needs to be keeping them in place. His shard is also going to be huge, but you don't want to be buying it yourself. The Tormentors are something that's going to be given to you. So, that's going to be big if you can get those procs on Muerta, increasing her damage even further. Exen, he gets an arrow. That's a big one. So got the juice. What's going to be next? He has a full Bloodthorn. That's a lot of damage that this Naga will be doing. And Storm? Well, if you don't have a BKB and his BKB is down to 6 seconds, sorry, 7, you're in trouble. Beastmaster will have a BKB, speaking of, fairly soon.
Dire
Sugarrat, 400 gold away. Moonlight Shadow gonna be used. They're trying to find an opening, and the Ravage onto the 2 cores kills them before they get anything off. Valentino still get his BKB, gonna be lifted up in the air. Hayes, he gets the BKB off as well. Both of them are alive. They're standing on the ground and fighting. Hayes, what is he gonna do? He gets himself away. They won't be able to save the Undying, but at least they're gonna save their 2 cores. That was a little bit too close for comfort. Imagine if even one of them would have died. Complete disaster for UALEIKUMNIHAO, but NAVI Jr., they just disrespect this new changes to the stuns. You just don't get used to it that easily. That's it. But they'll get down the Undying, they'll get down the tower. The top lane might be something they want to continue pushing. Glyph not available on UALEIKUMNIHAO. They used it earlier, but going up against the Storm, let's see what you can do. You're going to be in a 5 versus 5 scenario. Palantimos is pretty good at dealing with illusions. At least they're going to try to deal with the range axes. We'll be able to do it. Palantimos doesn't do nearly enough damage here to threaten. But just what a stun coming up from him. And the Storm is dead this time around. You don't have a BKB Sugarrat. He already used his ulti. When they're trying to kill it, they're actually killing him. Goodbye, got the juice. Palantimos destroys him from Pierce the Veil. He annihilates the Naga Siren. They lose the range axes, they lose the Storm, but they've killed the most farmed hero on the map for the entirety of this game. That's gonna be his first death of the game. Getting into the enemy base, not gonna be smart, and now Muerta is gonna have a Silver Edge, so that damage output of Palantimo is gonna be even higher, plus level 20, so 20% Gunslinger increase, meaning his damage output even higher. Roche will be up in a minute and 20, of course. The teams don't know this. Sugarrat bringing all of his units through the twin gates. NAVI are still ahead, but it was shown Palantimos can do more than enough damage. We have a game on ourselves, guys. It's not just gonna be one team crushing another. We have a constant back and forth here. NAVI Jr. are the only ones with the gem here, so not sure if I'm okay with UALEIKUMNIHAO not having the gem picked up. Oh, Tekis is gonna have an Aghanim Scepter soon. Days. That sign is gonna be a big deal. Oh, was he spotted? Was he spotted on vision? Arrow, stolen one coming in. Ah, look at him. He's not happy. He is just waiting for that. Like, how did they know? Well, there's a hawk there next to the pit. They're gonna get the kill onto the techies. He does have a nice ward down there, but it's looking like this row should be a freebie for UALEIKUM. Once they see it in 10 seconds, we'll be back up. Gonna be an Aegis Cheese, the second Roche. No refreshers, no Aghanim Scepters just yet. Here comes a Hawk. It's gonna scout it out. They have 40 seconds to kill it. And with a Muerta, I think they're gonna be crushing him in mere seconds. Roche there is being spanked by Palantimos. Look at that damage. Not even fair. So who gets the Aegis? It is gonna be Palantimos. Cheese into the pockets of Hayes. I know, I feel like if Hayes gets caught, dies anyways. The Cheese is maybe more so to keep his mana pool in check. (21 to 17). NAVI Jr. still ahead. All of that net worth lead in their Naga Siren. Tormentor. That, oh, did he just roar onto the Tormentor? Interesting. Who got the shard? It was the Undying. Okay, so we're gonna be seeing the saves. That's cool. The got the shard on the other side. It was the Tiny. Okay. I'd take the Undying shard any day. Especially because the initiation from NAVI has been so huge. Of course, you need to get that Tombstone down. The Ravage is probably going to prevent that one. But if you do, and if people get inside of it and survive, that's going to be huge. Sugarrat. His drums of Slom. Definitely gonna be a big deal, these fights.
Radiant's
Those
middle
heals
tower is
coming
under
through
attack.
if he or his creeps are allowed to attack. Smoke from Navi Jr. Coming for a fight into an Aegis, into a cheese, a Storm Spirit. Are you gonna be able to catch it? He broke their smoke from a really weird angle, but he killed the Undying. He's dead. BKB gonna be used by Haze, going onto the Tiny, pulling him in, not doing any damage whatsoever. He needs to run away. You don't have the Undying, you don't have the Tombstone, but they have the Ravage. It's gonna connect on the all of them that are currently alive. It'll break down Palantimos once, but he has the Aegis to roar on the Tiny. He's not doing enough damage. He's playing his drums and Palantimos now throws around and wants to fight. It's gonna be starting to do insane amounts of damage, but the Nagasari is standing his ground. You cannot kill me. He's a little bit too strong. Got the juice. Will get the sleep off right now, and they're in a 4 versus 3 scenario. The buyback from the Storm Spirit. Maybe it's time to run away. No, you want to fight. Avalanche gonna be used. Richman, they're trying to finish off. Palantimos will be able to do it without him. The damage is not gonna be sufficient. The Chergrad, he's trying to heal with the drops of swap. Play those harder, or we're gonna crush them for you. And that's exactly what's gonna be happening in this fight. UALEIKUMNIHAO, they get crushed under the might of Navi Jr., the young boys. Keeping themselves in the game, winning the game actually, and now might even force even more buybacks. There's 2 buybacks already used from UALEIKUMNIHAO. And the 3rd one might come out fairly soon. Got the juice, he doesn't care. Haze, he's zipping around. The Naga Siren is easily living through that one. Hitting him in onto the Tombstone. It's immediately gonna be taken down. Nothing you can do about it. Jump in from the storm. Creeps, they stay alive. Got the juice, can continue to go forward. You also have to be careful on the storm. You can get silenced by the Bloodthorn instantly. Then you're just a goner. Raxes have fallen. It's gonna be it. One big thing is that Navi Jr., they have lost their tier 4. So if it would come down to something like a base race, that could be a problem. There's the second lane of Rax that Navi are going for. Got the juice. There's a lot of damage. Fade Bolt is gonna slow it down, but it's not gonna stop it. The Raxes are still gonna fall. The 2 lanes of Rax have been opened up. Navi Jr., they deal with the bottom lane, and they deal with everything. And to be honest, they're already drawing so many lines towards the bottom. They know where they need to be. The Nagasine has money for the Aghanim Scepter if he wants it over his buyback. Palantimos wants a refresher. He needs a refresher, to be honest, because 6 seconds of a BKB just isn't enough. To shown in the previous fight. And also, you do need your ulti to last longer. Pierce the Veil, he does so much damage with it. But I think you have to focus on the Naga. That's one hero that you have. Just pop the 3 BKBs, go in and kill her. That's what you do. I think you might just have the damage. Roar, pierce the veil, pull back. 6 seconds should be enough to finish Gottaches off. If you don't, you're still gonna lose the fight, right? Where are you gonna kill? If you go for the other ones, the Naga Siren will kill your supports faster, Tombstone, and just set his team up for success. 2 buybacks on UALEIKUM. It's the Muerta and the Undying. 4 buybacks on Navi Jr. Only Mirana doesn't have one because she used it in the previous fight. Navi Jr., they're gonna get the last outer tower gone. Only 1 lane of Rax now, separating UALEIKUMNIHAO from losing this game number 1. Of course, Muerta is good at dealing with the Mega Creeps, but yeah, I haven't seen a Mega Creep come back in a competitive game for a very, very long time. Of course, you don't want to get into that position where you get Megas and die. Can be dangerous. Tidehunter has the ninja gear. It's always gonna have that invis. Trickster's cloak on the Tiny. This is the Naga sporting Trickster's cloak as well. Makes sense. No MKB on the on Muerta. Spell Prism on the techies. Beastmaster is very strong. He wants to get a shard to have the dive bomb on the Hawks. That's nice. He has that Shiva's guard. That's actually quite huge versus the Naga. She's the one killing you. She's the one committing. But the thing is, the other ones are making it happen. It's not like he would be able to bring anybody down on his own. On Naga. There's the minefield sign. Okay. You get close to the sign. The
Allies disappear.
the minefield appears, and then if you move around, you die. That's gonna be pretty big, considering that there can be a ravage. He jumps in, he leaves the minefield sign there, and then you are like, do we run? Do we fight? What do we do? NAVI Junior, rich man, is gonna be jumping in, doing some damage to the Beastmaster, but he's gonna be more than fine, Sugarrat. They can't leave the base, this is the thing. So the third Roche could go to NAVI Junior, and we'll see which one it's gonna be. It might be a daytime one, it might be a nighttime Roche as well. Hang on that. I guess you would much rather kill it at nighttime to get the refresher if you're NAVI Junior. You don't really need the Aghanims, do you? The one on the Tide, not the biggest of deals. Then Naga already has one. Murana, who the hell cares? Tiny would be cool to have his Aghanim Scepter, but I think double Ravage is much better. UALEIKUM, they're out of their base, but very soon they're gonna have to understand they have to go back. Trying to get those tier 4 items right now, because they don't have all of the tokens. Mary went with a Defiant Shell. For people that don't know, every 5 seconds when someone attacks you, your hero counterattacks somebody within their attack range. So it's kind of not an undying item, is it? Maybe because of the extra slows from the Flesh Golem. Nice 4-staff. Mary survives. They have a pipe to protect him, or he has a pipe to protect himself. NAVI Junior taking their time. Roche will be up fairly soon. Techies is already there to check. He'll probably leave a proximity mine in. Oh no, he's going towards the top lane. Okay, that's not somewhere where you're gonna find Roche, my friend. Haze farming here on the graveyard. So this part of the map is graveyard. The one opposite to it is the well. I don't know what the new ancient spots are called, where the ancients are. The where you get your shards, the tormentors. So Storm finally has his Aghanim Scepter. You'll probably want the shard as well. You want to increase the damage on Muerta even further. Got the juice. Man, this guy's so farmed. He has the Aghanim's Blessing as well. And they're going for a Radiant Roche. So it is gonna be a another Aghanim Scepter. That one is gonna be going towards Richmond, I assume, unless they want to give it to PMA. Both of them I'd be fine with. I feel like Richmond's is probably better, especially because he already has the Silver Edge, so the crit is there. And he wants to get the Daedalus, yeah, so he's definitely getting the items to go well with the Aghanims. Muerta finishes off the refresher. Cheese will go towards PMA. That refresher could change things. The gold lead is 26,000, but I've seen currently in this patch, the gold lead doesn't matter all that much. Might be because teams don't know how to utilize the lead properly. Might be because, you know, one fight can get you all that lead back just because of how much the kills are worth. 26 to 18. NAVI Junior in firm control of this game. Firm control. Hunter about jumping in. Mary just behind his barrier there. I feel like the Tiny can toss you away from that one, so you have to be somewhat careful. He's hiding in the trees. He has level 20 on the Storm. I did go for the Electric Vortex talent. Tormentor taken again, who got the shard. It is gonna be the Naga. So the Riptide now. That one. Oh no, it's the Song of the Signer heals and 1 second duration longer. Okay, okay. That's 40% of your HP that gets healed. Got the juice. Focus up the high ground. He understands this Muerta is not playing around. Gonna be ravaged. Going for him, trying to kill him. He's not getting the BKB off just yet, but there it is. Are you a little bit too deep? You're gonna get folded, PMA. He's the cheese. And for a very good reason, because he would have gotten destroyed. Now the trees are flying in. But he doesn't care there, does he? The Beastmaster is surviving. He did use Destroyer. Sugargrant, now you're gonna care because the Tiny is in. He came in and he destroyed Haze. Putting them in, gonna be a pretty big ulti. Refresher going for it. Pantimos wants to fight again. And Navi Jr., they're out. With 2 buybacks being used on UALEIKUMNIHAO, they're going to be content with what they have accomplished. They're going to be able to reset. They don't have any of their ultis, but they still have the Aegis for another 3 minutes. So if they want to continue poking, they definitely can. Daze did buy back into that fight. That's something to keep in mind. So the Techies does not have a buyback, but definitely not as important as it is on the 2 heroes of UALEIKUM that bought back into the game. 47 minutes have passed. UALEIKUM, they still can't get out of their base. Probably won't be able to get out at all. Richmond, he has really been finding some big avalanche and tosses, and I don't know, UALEIKUM, they like to get all clumped up, don't they? You're playing against the Ravage and the Tiny. Probably not the best thing to do. The calling is there. Root will be connecting. Here comes a few trees and that arrow, and they really made into an arrow. He's dead. The jumping from the storm, it doesn't matter. You do no damage. Roar! How dare you kill my carry? And now the damage isn't going to be doing anything. They can't touch them. They're just all going to die. Actually, Richmond is taking some damage. They're trying to do as much as they can, but here comes the song of the siren as she will be healing up her teammates. And the trees flying in, but the GG was called. And Navi Jr. will get the victory. UALEIKUM, without their carry, they couldn't do anything. What a reel-in into an arrow. Beautifully done there. And in the end, it is going to be securing them the victory. Though, to be honest, Navi Jr., they were ahead for the majority of this game. There was that one time when they lost the fight next to the Roche pit, and UALEIKUM, they got that Roche. That's where they were controlling things. But even then, Navi Jr., one good smoke, they take it down. And after that one, it was Navi Jr. all the way. Despite losing a Rax pretty early on in the game, they keep themselves in it. The Nagasarn Illusions dealt with that quite nicely. And then after a few one fights, they had 2 Raxes of their own, which made it quite easy to control the map. With that being said, guys, that is only game number 1. And to be honest, I expected this one to be longer, but it wasn't. And hopefully the future ones will be. So we're going to be taking a short break here, 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll be back with more great Dota here at the Eastern European DPC Division 2.